Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mortuary. I am the Mortician, and today I have our recent albums pick up. It's a lot of different shit on here, so let's get right into it. First thing I got for you is Sleep's Holy Mountain. For those of you guys who don't know who Sleep are pretty much the guys who I would say not necessarily created stoner metal, but really helped popularize that genre of stoner metal. And I believe this is their first album, and this is really, really Black Sabbathy. I totally enjoy it. It's a really long album. It's an hour long, 52 minutes exactly, if I remember correctly. And there's not too many, songs I didn't like. There are a lot, this entire album just, calms me down. Like, I was listening to it, I was sitting in my chair over there in my recliner, and I was just like, oh, it felt so good, and it was such a calming record. This album is awesome. Totally. Good stoner metal. And here we have a semi-compilation. This is Emperor. This is two EPs. This is Emperor's Emperor, which I believe is a demo, and then Wrath of the Tyrant. This is actually pretty good. I picked it up for $2. I picked up Sleep for $8. I forgot to say that. And if you guys like black metal, I think you guys really like this. But you have to really be into that, basement kind of mixing black metal, because that's what a lot of this is. This is early shit. This is not the mixing and mastering of In the Night Side Eclipse. This is raw, unfiltered, all the treble, all the fucking gain, none of the clarity black metal. I liked it. My friend wasn't too crazy about it. I enjoyed it, seeing where they came from with these EPs or demos, and where they are now with shit like In the Night Side Eclipse. I think it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you can find it for $2. Then there's Horrific. Oh, this has got to be one of my favorite, indie-esque, I shouldn't say indie, but underground bands. I've been on the lookout for this album for such a long time, and I finally found it. I finally owned Horrific's Your Worst Nightmare. I can't imagine too many people know who Horrific is. Basically, it's Slasher Dave from Acid Witch. He does all the instruments and all the vocals. And it's death rock. It's like death metal mixed with some rock and roll. It's super fucking killer. It's got the low growls of Acid Witch, like that nice swamp spells, kind of guttural, somewhat gurgling fucking vocal. It's fucking killer. And you have some super cool riffage here, some real boppy stuff, some real boppy rock and shit like that. And the solos are really good. The solos are really simplistic, but they're done well. I absolutely adore this album. I have been on the lookout for it forever, and finally it's in my possession. I think Slasher Dave is one of the most underrated musicians and producers around. He was in quite a number of bands. He also has his own not just Horrific or Acid Witch, but he has his own, I don't want to call it EDM, but it's kind of like if you've ever listened to a horror soundtrack like Halloween or something like that. He makes horror soundtracks similar to that, and they all sound really awesome. Definitely worth checking out this album and a lot of other, a couple other things Slasher Dave has got going on. Oh, God. I don't know what to fucking say about this one. This is Blood Cult. I don't know what the fuck it is. I honestly couldn't tell you. It's like they wanted to be black metal. It's got black metal vocals, but it doesn't have the distorted guitars. It's like 70s or 80s kind of overdriven guitars, something similar to maybe early Merciful Fate or something like that, where it's not super over the top distortion. That's kind of what they're working with here, and it's so bad. This is It sucks that I have to say it because I actually like the first song, like Psychic Vampire. Um, it's not a good song. It's not a great song, but I just liked how campy it was. I feel like these guys are more of a comedy routine. They just have to be comedy. But I definitely, I don't know what to fucking say about it. It's just, ugh. Here's one of my favorite track names: Redneck Black Metal. If you're gonna look something up, look up Blood Cults, Redneck Black Metal, and Psychic Vampire, and that'll give you like the entire picture of this fucking band. It's just so bad. I picked it up for $2. And I'm lucky it was $2 because if it weren't $2, I would have been super mega pissed off because this is probably the worst album I own. This right here, I would say before this, it was probably Dimension Zero. I had a Dimension Zero album and every riff sounded the same. But this is just like straight up bad. It's not even like, they don't even get anything right. All the instruments are like doing their own thing and don't come together. It's like, it's a special kind of bad you got to check out for yourself. Now we get into the vinyls. Ah, yes. Ooh, yes. This is a double LP gatefold of Warhorse, As Heaven Burns to Ash. This is a stoner metal band. This isn't like Sleep. This is like heavy. I would say like stoner doom. It's like kind of like Electric Wizard if they went death metal, like way more death metal. That's what comes of this. I think this is actually a local band too. But it's got that album, As Heaven Burns to Ash, and then there's an EP as well. It's pretty fucking good. It did what I wanted it to do. It's got a lot of like low end and real fuzzed out guitars and shit. It just sounds brutal, like super mega brutal, but just fucking is so like relaxing. Like it's hard not to headbang to this record, but it's got some fucking punch. Like this is a brutal record. I think that people who enjoy stoner and who like death metal, this is kind of like, I would say something among the two. It's pretty fucking awesome. It's hard to describe because it's so much its own thing to me. For those of you who don't know, I'm not huge into stoner metal. I've just gotten into this genre, so trying to describe some of this stuff, well, not some of this stuff, but pertaining to stoner metal, it's hard for me to do, but that's just how it comes off to me. It's super awesome. I would show you the LP here, but it's just black. There's like nothing special here. It's just black. All right. And the last thing on here is Elder's Lore. This is a stoner rock band, not stoner metal. This is stoner rock. And this comes from actually the Armageddon Shop record label. So this is actually produced by the record store I go to. I actually have their bag right up there. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, this shit is really fucking good. Definitely not for someone who's into metal. There's not screaming. It's singing, but it's very prog rock. Like it's very progressive and melodic compared to most stoner metal bands or stoner metal bands that I've experienced, like Beelzebub and Weed Eater and stuff like that. This is way more melodic. And really offers something a little bit more unique. So if you're looking for that, this is definitely what you're looking for. I'm going to pull up both of these. I'm not going to show you both finals. Both finals are the same, but I'm going to show you the slip mats because I think the artwork is really cool here. I think whoever did the art here did a really good job. Before I move on to the second one, I'll show you the vinyl here. It is like a baby blue, smoky blue with like blue splatter. Looks very, very good. I'll make some room here. Boop. I really like how they did this lyric sheet too, because like far too often I find that like they just slap the lyrics onto both sides and don't really do anything with it, and it's kind of uninspired. But this time they actually put some art there, and then on the other side it's uninspired. But it's very cool. This is the last one. So yeah, and the cool thing, the reason why I wanted to show you this is because this is actually slotted, as you can see. So let's say I wanted it to look different. I just slide this in here and break everything. That's probably fine. Slide that in there, and it's a different artwork. I really like that. I think it's actually really unique. So I think that's pretty awesome. Very good. You didn't explode. Put this back together. I don't know how I could have possibly missed this either. Soup. So that's it for this episode of recent album pickups. Tell me what you guys are listening to. I really want to hear what you guys are listening to. And two, do you guys have any stoner metal bands you can recommend me? Maybe something along the lines of Sleep or Warhorse, if you ever listen to them. Something along those lines. Weed Eater, Beelzebong, shit like that. Please leave some shit in the comments. Tell me what you're listening to. Thank you guys for watching. Mortician, peace out.